Alright, we're going to take and put some strings on here. I usually go with D'Addario XLs, 10 gauge. These are the hybrid slinkies. It's actually a 9 and ends up with a 46, which is the same you would get on here. So they're pretty much the same except for the B and the E are a little smaller. So if you don't want them to ring out, it's a little different. It's called a hybrid. So hybrid slinkies, Ernie balls. I've never used them before. We're going to give them a shot here, see what they sound like, see if I like them. Alright, first thing, don't have to worry about the bridge messing up. Now this guitar is going to need some polishing and some cleaning up. First things first, let's get the camera adjusted here. Hopefully that's a good angle for you. Alright, you want to have good working space. Get your tools ready but out of the way. Alright, let's see if we can get a picture of this headstock here. This has a standard nut. I will put some chapstick probably down in that with a toothpick. Just a little bit once I get the strings off. I just take my little chapstick that I keep here in my toolbox. Open that up, take a toothpick, stick it down in there, rub it onto each of the string grooves once I get the strings off. Alright, so first things first, get your string winder, start unwinding your strings. There's no special anything about this. The bridge is not going to go anywhere on Stratocaster, so unless you have, something fancy done with the bridge. So I'm just going to go ahead and unwind all of these. Just do it like that. Oh yeah, there's my CAD mic. Alright, we're going to just unwind these till we get some pretty loose tension on them. This is a Planet Waves string winder. I happen to like it. It's got a cutter built into it. Okay, so we can just go ahead and do all of them. Unlike the Floyd Rose, which I would like to put on here one day. If I did that on a Strat, I would have to cut into the nut here, put the locks on it, possibly route out the body. String trees right here. It's a little metal thing. I'm going to get those out of the way. So that you don't have a bunch of little small bits and pieces of string, I like to just cut them here in the middle. Just clip it. On a Floyd, you could do the same thing that I had mentioned in another video, just like this, if you wanted to polish up your neck, which is a good idea. You don't want to go too long without doing that. I'll show you that in a minute. So I will be doing that. And got the last string. Alright, got that off. We'll just unwind them from the posts. Now I've got some large pieces of string here that's a lot easier to keep up with than if you clip them off too small. As you can see, it's not that big of a deal to get them off. Sometimes the wound ones are. You don't want to hurt your fingers. You can use some pliers on that. But if you're lucky, it'll work out just fine. Pull them out that way. Headstock's good. Alright. I have to sort of flip the guitar and push these through to the back. A lot of times if you don't take this plate off back here, you will have a little bit of trouble. So I have some needle nose pliers. I'm just going to reach through there, pull the string right out. Next one, same story. I'm not going to wait on it, just pull it right out. Push it through the saddle here, push in there, grab it. Be sure you don't touch your finish. of the paint on the guitar with these. Okay, where's that at? Here it is. That one's going to come out by itself, I think, but I'm going to give it some help. Alright. Out that one. And the last one. The little E. There it is. Okay. Strings are off. And I don't have little small shreds of string. Okay, so that's that. Strings have taken off. What we're going to do now is go to our tool bag here. I like to use an old t-shirt like that. Some lemon oil. I would shop around. Your guitar store has lemon oil, different brands. Open it up, smell it. You can tell by the smell. This is a store brand, which happens to be more concentrated lemon oil than the name brand. A lot of times that happens. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to put just a little drop or two on your finger. I like to do the first, I don't know, up high like that, maybe the first 4. Rub that in real good. It's going to darken the wood, and you're going to see some grime come off here. That wasn't too bad. About 4 frets at a time, I'd say. Okay, just put it on pretty good all the way across the frets. This is going to condition it, keep it. It smells good too. It's going to smell lemony. Alright, now we're going to do about 3 frets at a time here. Once we get to about the 12th, they start getting wider. Just getting that on there real good. I don't know if you can see that, but it's getting a little nasty. So I'm going to find a little clean spot here. This is just a cotton, you know. You can buy cloths at the store. I've found that the microfibers and the other cloths that are offered really just aren't what I'm looking for. That's pretty dirty. As we get down here, it's going to get more dirty, especially for a rhythm player. I like cotton shirts. They work the best for me. They have a little bit of bite to them. They're soft, thick. Okay, so now we're going to start rubbing pretty good, but I won't. Yeah, that's ugly. I'm going to go ahead and put it on all the frets, working it in, getting the metal too, by the way, as best you can, maybe with a fingernail or something in between near the frets, the metal frets. Okay, you don't have to use a whole lot of the lemon oil, and in fact you don't want to just leave it, you know, just leave it on there. Now then, close up the bottle, put it back in the little toolbox. Now then, take your rag, just work that in real good on every one of the frets, wiping off all the excess as you go along. Try to get in, and you know, you want to let it sit. You want to soak it in some. Once it starts to puddle up, it'll soak into the wood and then it'll puddle up. And but at the same time, you want to remove those puddles and you want to clean the frets. Now this is what you would do on your Floyd Rose guitar if you were, you know, in need of doing the fretboard. The Fenders or non-Floyd Rose bridges, I guess I should say, are so much easier to do. So I just go ahead. Usually I just do it anyway. Every other string change or something like that. Alright. Now then, we got the fretboard done. We'll clean off the body and get ready to put on the strings.